This is just a little snippet in a video. People keep asking about grinding pieces. This one is really bad. So this one is a lot worse than other ones. Usually it's just one under the handle, but it ran quite a bit down on the edges too. So this needs a lot of grinding. So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to turn the volume off because it's noisy. I'll just give you a quick preview. So you've got a double bench grinder, which has a rough disc and a smooth disc. So at this point I'm going to turn the video off, but it's just a matter of grinding. I mean, and making sure you don't get it on one position for too long. If it gets too hot, it will chip and maybe damage the piece. So it's pretty smooth. I have the smooth disc as well as the rough one. And so that, what you saw me doing that, is just to make sure it's smooth. This one's good enough, fine just the way it is now. It doesn't need to be refired. But sometimes you can fire them upside down on a stilt with a kiln shelf prop in the inside, and then you can actually make it totally melted again. But this is smooth, so I wouldn't even bother with that one. So that's grinding. You just need a $99 grinder from the hardware store with a rough disc and a smooth disc, and then you can do it. And just for the extra bit of information, these two mugs were glazed identically. The difference is it's Tenmoku Gold and oatmeal. Tenmoku Gold fast cool, Tenmoku Gold slow cool. That's the difference when you get all the crystallizations. So they were both fired to 22, with a 30-minute soak, and then slow cool for this one at 150 degrees an hour to 1750 with another hour soak, and this one was just allowed to cool naturally. And that's the difference between slow and fast cool. Amazing. Hi, this is the dinner set coming out that it was my wife's Christmas present. And I just wanted to show you, I use two lids on my kiln when I'm firing heavy stuff. In other words, shells one on top of each other with thin things in between, so that you got more insulation. But this is heavy, obviously, so this is an old lid from a kiln. And it's just useful to keep it and use it to give yourself a little extra insulation on the top of the kiln. I'm not sure if that affects, it never seems to have affected it in any negative way. It just means the kiln has better insulation for reaching temperature, because this was heavily packed in the bottom with all the actual plates. But anyway, it's at 133 degrees Fahrenheit. I actually had a few refires where I fired them upside down, and it hasn't really done anything. It's smoothed out the bottom. This is one where the stilts touched the actual piece, so you can see on there the stilt had touched it, and I ground it down and then reglazed some oatmeal glaze over there, so it actually has covered it up nicely. But this is Tenmoku Gold, and it actually stayed quite shiny. I thought this would cool slower because of all the heavy packed underneath. Oh, this one ran again. So this is where the stilt down the handle, and that one ran again. This was a refire, so it'd already been refired once, and I decided to try doing it again. But that one's a loss completely. Here's another refire. It's okay, but there's not very many Tenmoku Gold flecks in this. This is too fast to cool for Tenmoku Gold, which I'm kind of surprised at, actually. But This was a refire. The stilts inside, I just have to take some, I think, no, I can't get it out with my fingers. I just tap it with a screwdriver or something. But that's how I refired them upside down, just on a couple of kiln props. So let's see, what else do we have? Now, these are first firings, obviously. That's beautiful. That's my landscape series where I use the yellows and you know, this is my summery mug, I guess you'd say, with all the yellow in the sky. But so that I decided to try a lot of these because I really like this color at the moment, so I've made a set. So I think there's 6 of these or 8, whatever, in here. How long do you hold it in the glaze, of course. Stilts just come right off. And this glaze is the blue glaze, so you can see the signature through it. This is a new mug I'm doing for a local coffee shop. They've asked me to make some mugs for the coffee shop. He's been buying a lot of mugs from me just to sell, but he wanted to now have a set of them for his actual customers to drink out of in the store. This was an experiment. I'd say that did pretty good. This is my landscape with the river or a cove running through the center with a yellow sky. I like those mugs, so I decided to try a bowl. And I thought that would be an interesting, and it is. You know what it reminds me of is somewhere like the Lake District in England or Wales. And also here a little bit, but I think less here and more, this is more of a moody English, you know, Northern English look to it. So that is a beautiful bowl. I am so happy with that piece. Okay, we're finished now. I don't need the rest. It's like, this is great. I love it. When something happens and it's like an experiment, I just feel like, wow, and look at that. That's like an abstract painting almost, but a watercolor. I mean, that is my favorite piece maybe of the entire year. Look at that. And it's 28th of December today, but I think I like that. That's one of my favorite pieces of the year. What a great ball. I'll try and do this again. I've got to keep a record of these pieces. Okay, now my wife's dinner set. Let's hope she likes it. I tried a slightly different way of doing this too, but there you go. And then you've got a little bowl, and there's an assortment of plates, different sizes, so those will sit on top of each other. This is a slight difference to the ones I've done before, and I think it's worked nicely. It's not quite as blue as the ones before. These are more grays, but it's my mouse gray, the variegated blue, and the actual oatmeal. And that is the set with the wavy rim edge, basically. So that's a nice little set, I think. So yellow. That one's not. When a stilt does that, you can sometimes just get it off by pulling, or you can tap it with a piece of metal, but that's more of those yellow that match that bowl I just fetched out. So, but there's lots of these yellow mugs. I'll photograph these. Since I have duplicates of these, I'm going to try and do something with my website, because I've got a little page on there supposedly where I can sell things, but I've never done it yet. But I might try and do it, because once I have multiples of something, it'll be easy enough to actually take an order for it on the website. But that is really pretty. Let's give you a close-up of the colors. Isn't that nice? Gorgeous. Let's still so you can get a little close-up there. But the sky has got the creamy cloud look to it. Very nice. And then there's one more experimental bowl. And that is my bright blue and it kind of goes that greeny color sometimes when you actually have it thin. But I love that turquoisey green too. Now that's the outside of the bowl. What does the inside look like? Ooh, wow, really pretty. Another one of the, it really looks like you've got the land coming up here with the hills in the background, and then you've got the water going through the center. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. Close-ups. Yep. Well, this will be a color scheme I'll be doing for the year coming. There's some little specks of the green splashing, I think, there. But that's the Zen part of the pottery. All right. So I got two really nice bowls, and the rest of this kiln is the Icelandic landscapes. So you can see the kind of bleak, wintry look to these plates. So more of the salad plate. And then 4 of the dessert plates. Actually, I did sets of 6, that's right. So there's 6 of each one. And maybe a few spares even, but one of the large dinner plates. The difference in the same firing, same glaze. This one's got sort of matte color. Well, wait a minute. That one's got sort of a matte gray in the center, and this one doesn't. Everything is all dependent on how long the glaze touches that porous surface. And then a series of the little bowls. These are very shallow little bowls. You can see the wavy rim. Well, that one's nice. I like that one. It's got a comet in the sky on the one side. And then that side there. Oh, there we go. So there you are, that's the end. One more of the large plates, 2 more of these, and there's a little greenish in that one. And 2 of the little dessert plates. There we go. Okay, that is the last glaze firing of 2021. I don't have enough work to fill another kiln for this year, but out of everything for the whole year, nice ring too. I love these pieces. So it's nice because now I have inspiration from these to do a whole series of pieces for next year and all that. So the beauty of pottery is there's always something to do, something new to figure out and something new to discover. And it is just a lifetime of reward. So I hope all you guys who are just getting started doing pottery can see that this is a fascinating area, and those of you who've been doing it for decades can see that you can still spend more decades having fun. All right, so just enjoy, get through this winter, and stay safe. And this is Vaughan Smith in Westcote Bell Pottery in Nova Scotia saying Happy New Year!